Okay, so remember we said that 18 is always across from x and up and down for 15. 15 and x are always, and 120 is always diagonal from it. So even over here, even though we basically rotated it, we still have 18 with x and we still have 18 with 15, while 18 does not match with 20 at all, 120 at all. It's always across from it. So we're going to solve this with models, but you can solve it like this too, and we're going to talk about how to solve it like this too. We're going to solve it with models though, but in order to solve it with models, I'm going to go over here. We have our answer sentence. It asks how many times will the average human heart beat in 120 seconds. Our answer sentence is the average human heart beats blank times in 120 seconds. So I want us to think about something though. When we rewrote this over here, we said this was 18 times for every 15 seconds. Well, this is like saying 18 over 15. Since this is just the ratio that we're comparing them, that's like when we did ratios. We've already learned about ratios. So 18 over 15 as a ratio, we could, it's kind of like how a fraction is. We could simplify that ratio. It's still going to stay the same. 18 over 15 is going to stay the same even if we simplify it down. 18 divided by 3 is 6, and 15 divided by 3 is 5. So this ratio 18 over 15 is the same as the ratio 6 over 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a picture. I'm going to talk about the heartbeats, and I'm going to talk about the seconds. So when I draw my picture for heartbeats, I could have drawn 18 times, but what I'm going to actually draw is 6 times. And when I draw my picture for seconds, I could have drawn 5 times, but 15 times, but I'm going to actually just draw 5. So we start off with them having the same value, and we're going to start at the beginning. The average human heart beats 18 times. So heartbeat should be 18 for every 15 seconds. Seconds should be 15. But like I said, 18 over 15, we can still simplify that to 6 over 5. It's still the same ratio, because all we did was change 18 to 6, 15 to 5. The ratio is still the same, because if it went 6 for every 5, that means 12 for every 10, and 18 for every 15. So instead of drawing 18, I'm going to draw 6 unit boxes for the number of heartbeats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I try to make these about the same size. And 5 for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now remember, these models can be done differently depending on what you're doing. So if your model looks different, it's okay. You could still be getting the right answer. You can do these models a bunch of different ways. So let's read the next part. How many times will the average human heart beat? So the question, oh, sorry about that. The question is, how many times will the average human heart beat? That's what we want to know, how many times the average human heart beats. So our question is, how many times the average human heart will beat? That's what we want to know in 120 seconds. So 120 seconds is how many seconds our total is going to be, 120 seconds. So when we look at this, it's kind of just like what we did with unit rates, what we did with everything else. We have 120 seconds for 5, and we have 6 here, and we don't know what we want. So each of these boxes should be the same size, because these were the number of units. So all we have to do over here is we can solve for how much goes in each one of these boxes by taking 120 and splitting it into the 5 sections. Well, 120 divided by 5 goes in there 24 times. So this is going to be 24. So if 24 goes into each of these, then that means that 24 goes into each of these, because each of these should be the same size. So to find our answer, 24 is going to go in each of these, and all we have to do is say then 24 times